What up, guys? Chris here to give some thoughts on last night's Abner Joseph Agbeko fight. You know, I should have done this video immediately after because I was seriously worked up and just frustrated. Unfortunately, I had the West Coast delay, but I'm glad I avoided spoilers, which I almost didn't, because I figured it was going to go to a decision and just be a close one. But yeah, man, what a crazy fight. Uh, Obviously, the main talking point coming out of the fight itself is referee Russell Moore and his egregious night of officiating. Just terrible, dude. I mean, worse, just unbelievable. There's so many things to say about his officiating and how it affected the fight that there's not really a whole lot you could talk about the fight otherwise, other than the fact that it was a close fight. It was a very competitive fight, but it's a fight that could have been even better than it was, which was pretty damn good, that said. But, Mars started out strong fast. Agbeko started slow. Mars got credit for a knockdown in the first, which I don't believe was a knockdown. Round 4, Agbeko hurt Abner with a big right hand, but for some reason or another, known only to him, he didn't follow up. I mean, he had Abner shook, and he completely let him off the hook, didn't go for the finish there. Not saying he would have got it, but he didn't even go for it. Round 6, accidental headbutt, clash of heads, cut over Mars' eye. Fortunately, it did not become much of a factor throughout the rest of the fight, thankfully. Round 10, just more low blows throughout the fight. The worst part, though, aside from the fact that they kept happening, is that the referee, Russell Moore, just about every time, he admonished Agbeko for holding Mars down or pushing his head down when that was not always the case. As a matter of fact, I think the majority of the time that wasn't the case. He seemed to admonish Agbeko more throughout the fight than he did Abner Mars, which is a damn joke considering the way the fight played out. And in round 10, he even told Agbeko to keep your head up when Mars had just pushed his head down. How are you supposed to do that when you're getting your head pushed down? And then, of course, round 11. The thing that really pissed me off about this, aside from the obvious, is that in round 10, Mars and 11 was slowing down, and Agbeko was getting stronger. You could see the momentum was shifting in rounds 10 and 11 in Agbeko's favor. And then, of course, once again, Abner Mars lands a clear low blow, left hook, that Russell Moore could not have helped but seen. And yet somehow he still, not only did he not admonish, which I thought at first, I'm like, all right, he's going to take a point for Abner Mars, when he stepped away or sent Mars to the corner. But no, he starts counting Joseph Agbeko as if it's a legit knockdown. Complete bullshit, dude. I was going out of my mind. I couldn't believe what I was watching. The announcers watching the fight, Al Bernstein, Antonio Tarver, and Gus Johnson, couldn't believe it. It was a fucking joke. It was a travesty. It's just unbelievable. And it just killed the rest of the fight from there on. Even if Agbeko was making a fight, that 10-8 round was going to kill him for the fight. The low blow, let's had to take something out of the accumulation. That one in particular. And it looked so. He just looked dejected, frustrated. I'm sure he was hurting. In round 12, Mars actually came back. I thought I had strung around. But after that point, it was just like, who gives a fuck, Who really gives a fuck? This fight, Agbeko is not going to win. Any chance he had to win this fight was stolen from him by the referee, in my opinion. It ends up being closer than I figured the decision would be. Majority decision for Mares. I thought it wouldn't be that close only because of the point deduction in the first round for the knockdown. And, of course, the point deduction in the 8th round, or the 11th round for the knockdown that should have been. The bad thing is if you switch the 8th round, the 11th round, take away that knockdown, and instead take a point from Abner Mars, you end up with a majority draw, which I think would have been a legit decision. But, of course, that wasn't the case. Props to Jim Gray for killing Russell Moore in the post-fight interview. I never thought I would actually want to hear or say I was glad to hear what Jim Gray had to say. But in this case, for once I was. So big credit to Jim Gray for doing his job. And lastly, afterwards, I'm checking out Twitter, just reading everyone's reactions to it. Oscar De La Hoya saying that the Showtime announcers must have been paid off. That is a fucking joke, dog. And then saying he rewatched the fight afterwards, and the punch in the 11th round was not a low blow, that it hit him in the glove, and it was a fair punch. I'll just say what I tweeted back to Oscar. If you believe that, you either checked out of rehab too early, man, or you need glasses. And then, to make it worse, Eric Gomez, the matchmaker for Golden Boy Promotions, who Abner Mars is promoted by, wrote on Twitter, "I love Russell Moore. Golden Boy Boxing finally gets a call." And people wonder why fans and people that aren't fans, more so casual fans, think that boxing is corrupt or there's bullshit politics going on in it. I'm not saying that's the case here. I'm not saying that Russell Moore was in the pocket of Golden Boy Promotions, but it sure as hell looked like it, and this sure as hell didn't help Oscar's and more so Eric Gomez's tweets afterwards. So I don't know. And also, it takes away from Abner Mars's win, but that said, he was hitting low. He was hitting low throughout the bout. He had to have known it. And then afterwards in the post-fight interview, he said he wasn't. I got a lot of respect for Abner, man. I like the guy, but that's bullshit, man. You were hitting low. Go back and watch the fight. No doubt about it. Anyways, that's all I got to say about that for now. I'm going to be doing the Science Radio Show an hour earlier than usual today, so I'm going to be starting it pretty quickly, depending on when you see this video. But yeah, if you want to talk about this fight, feel free to call in. The number is 347-637-3025 if you catch this before the show starts or during. I'll put a link to the show in the information part of the video as usual, as well as a link to ScienceMinds.com, my Twitter. Want to hear your guys' thoughts on the fights? Just anything in general. Just give me your thoughts, man. That's it for now. Till next time, I'm out.